All right, welcome back, COSA 1 folks. Professor Almeida here. Happy Thursday, everyone. And because it is Thursday, I am hanging out in the Canvas live chat until noon Pacific time. So feel free to drop into the chat if you have questions. And speaking of student office hours, tomorrow for my in-person office hours in M229, I'm going to have to cut it short because I'm attending a workshop on campus. So for tomorrow in M229, I'm only going to be there from 9 to about 9:50. Of course, you have our COS instructional assistants in there to assist you if you have questions about the material. And as a matter of fact, let's just jump right into Canvas here, because there are a couple of things that I want to talk about. And I want to begin with the announcements. Okay, so if we go to the announcements, and specifically the announcement on getting support in the class, this was posted on April 10th. I want to let you know that we do have tutoring available through the Multidisciplinary Success Center. Okay, so if you follow this link, this is going to take you to the MDSC site, and you can read all about the tutoring services and how to schedule a tutoring session. But if you click on this button here, this takes you to the schedule. Here's COSA 1, and I have it for LAC, but online it's the same hours. There is a tutor available on Mondays and Wednesdays from 9 to 12, and then again from 1:30 to 4, and then Fridays from 9 to 3. So if you need to get tutoring for this class, right? If you need to get tutoring and the COS computer labs aren't enough, or the material isn't enough for you, and you really need to sit down with someone, you have this option available to you. Of course, I do want to mention your other options here. The COS computer labs, okay, especially if you don't have the required technology, or if you're working from home and you need to get assistance with using LBCC technology, you have the Student Technology Help Desk here. And this also includes Microsoft 365. Speaking of Microsoft 365, you do need to have it installed on your system. Okay, don't try to do the projects using Office Online in your web browser. It's not the same thing, and you're essentially rolling the dice here. So you can see that I do have Microsoft Word installed on my Windows system here, or my virtual machine if you really want to get specific. But you can see I have it here, and to install it, you want to go to your Microsoft 365 dashboard. In your Viking portal, you should see a button to Microsoft 365, or you could go directly to office.com and then log in with your student ID number at lbcc.edu. In your dashboard here, you'll see this Install and More button to the right, and then you'll choose Install Microsoft 365 Apps. And then from there, you'll see the button to Install Office, and then you just basically follow the prompts. Okay, so you can see it right here, Install Office, and that will get Microsoft 365 installed on your system just like this, and you'll be able to work on your projects. Okay, so make sure you're doing that if you're working from home. If you don't have a Windows PC, you may need to arrange to use another system or come on campus to the COS computer labs. All right, on that note, let's review what we went over during the week. Okay, so we got started with Microsoft Word. We went over Chapter 1 on how to get started with Word, and then Chapter 2 on formatting text. Face-to-face, folks, this past Monday, we went over SR 1.1, and then on Wednesday, SR 2.1. For those who didn't show up to class on Monday and Wednesday for my face-to-face section, or if you're taking this class online for my online async folks, you do have the project walkthrough videos here. Be sure to watch them so that you can follow along and see how these projects work. Of course, you have your training sims, and then you have your quiz for chapters 1 and 2. One thing to note when it comes to the quiz, okay, you do get 10 questions, but you need to make sure that you block out some time so that you are able to complete the quiz. Okay, you're going to get a screen that looks like this. There are 2 attempts at the quiz. There are 10 questions. But again, you need to block out some time because if you step away from this quiz, right, let's say you close the tab, whatever score you had up until that point, that becomes your final score. And you can see you only get 3 attempts per simulation question. It's just like Let Me Try mode, except you don't get any hints. And for non-sim questions, you only get 1 attempt. The test bank is pretty vast. You might not get the same 10 questions. And after you've completed your 10 questions, be sure to hit submit. Otherwise, you're just going to end up cycling back through. Okay, so make sure that you do that. All right, week 3. Actually, before I get to week 3, success check-in. By the end of this week, if you're using your 14-day courtesy access, chances are it's going to run out. You will need to purchase access to SimNet, and the success check-in thread is your way of telling me that you do have access to the SimNet materials and that you either have or you will be purchasing access to SimNet. And by participating in the Success Check-in Forum, you will unlock week 3 when Monday rolls around. The Success Check-in Forum closes on Sunday night. Now, how do you purchase access to SimNet? Let me show you real quick here. The easiest way is just to click on the McGraw-Hill SimNet tab and then click on your name to go to your profile. You're going to see something like this. The courtesy access is not there because I'm essentially in God mode. But the easiest way to purchase access is right here for about $50 plus tax. You could go to the bookstore and purchase an access card for about $71 plus tax, and they'll give you a code. You scratch it off, you'll see a code. You enter that code into the field, and that will unlock SimNet for you for the rest of the term. Now, if you don't pay for access, if you get locked out of SimNet, you're not going to lose whatever you worked on. You just won't have access to the material until you pay. But again, going back to the success check-in, you need to participate in this discussion thread. If you don't do that, when Monday, April 22nd rolls around, if you didn't check in with me, this is going to stay grayed out until you visit the forum. And again, this forum closes after Sunday night and it becomes read-only. All right, here's the plan for week 3. Chapter 3, we get a little bit further into Word documents, and then Chapter 4, we look at pictures, tables, and charts. It's the same formula, so face-to-face, folks. Monday, we do Chapter 3. Wednesday, we do Chapter 4. Online, folks, you just basically go through one by one, starting with the training sim. You have your skill review project. Here's the link to the videos, and then Chapter 4 training, Skill Review 4.2, and then you take your quiz for Chapters 3 and 4, and then we have this optional discussion thread about your experiences with Word over the 2 weeks. Your Word assignments will be due together on Sunday, April 28th, and with that, have a good weekend. Take care of yourselves out there, and we'll talk again soon. Thanks for watching.